So mag-health teaching po ako today. About naman po sa patient, specifically yung warning signs kapag you're taking care of an elderly who is bedridden. So since they become weaker as they age, tapos especially this becomes worse when they're bedridden, it's important to know the signs earlier so that we can treat it eventually sooner po. The first naman po is yung breathing problems. Since the elderly patients already have weaker lungs and they also have lessened ability to clear their mucus, it can make them prone to respiratory illnesses like pneumonia or breathing difficulty. Kaya the signs and symptoms you need to be mindful of is yung difficulty of breathing, kapag noisy yung breathing nila or parang may wheezing, tapos if there is new or worsening cough with phlegm, and also if you notice that their lips or their fingertips are turning bluish. So what to do here po, since it's relating to respiratory, you should always call emergency services agad or your doctor. But other than that, you can also elevate the head mga 30 to 45 degrees para they can breathe easily. You can also encourage deep breathing if they are still able to do so. And you need to keep the patient turned and repositioned para their mucus won't just stay in one area, like it won't just accumulate in one area. Yung next naman po is yung pressure ulcers kasi napansin ko yung patient, may pressure ulcer siya sa baba ng likod niya. The reason why they have this po is because when there's prolonged position, there will be a lot of pressure in the areas where the bones are more prominent, which would be in the buttocks area, in the feet, or in the lower back. So the signs and symptoms you need to watch out for is the red spots, which they don't fade after pressing them. You would also notice that they are warm, firm, or tender skin areas, and there would also happen to be blisters or open wounds on the butts. The butt, the heels, or the buttocks, as mentioned po. So what you can do here is you need to reposition them around every 2 to 4 hours so that the blood flow can also flow properly. And then every time you clean them, make sure that their skin is dry before you put on their clothes. But it is also important to moisturize the dry areas so that their skin won't become flaky. You can also use cushioning like the pillows that he has to put around him para hindi it won't all go there to the pressured areas like in the bones. And you need to report the early skin changes to a healthcare provider para we can give the necessary medications to heal them or help them feel better. And then yung neurologic changes naman, since the patient has stroke history and also age-related brain changes, he also had an infection and dehydration experiences recently. This can all affect the brain's function. So yung signs and symptoms you need to be mindful of is if the patient seems to be more confused or more agitated, they would tend to be more sleepy, and they would also have sudden behavioral changes. What you can do po is you just stay calm muna, tapos you just continue to observe closely. You then check for the fever if there's possible infection, and again call for a healthcare provider. Another problem po is yung bowel and bladder concerns. Since immobility can slow the digestion and also affect bladder emptying, which can increase the risk of constipation. So if the patient does not have bowel movement for 3 or more days, that's when you should be mindful of. Also, if you can see that they're having difficulty because their stool is hard or painful. And then for the urine naman, if you notice that it's dark, cloudy, or foul smelling, because this can be indication din that the elderly can have UTI. So what you can do is you can encourage fluid intake for the elderly, or you can give fiber-rich foods if advised, and make sure to change the diaper frequently. And again, seek for medical help if there is persistence po, lalo na sa constipation. And then behind the page naman po, it's about the nutrition red flags. It's normal naman that the elderly would have decreased in appetite since they would also have weaker swallowing muscles and higher risk of malnutrition. So the signs and symptoms would be that they would have poor appetite for several days consistently, and they would have noticeable weight loss. If they start to choke often on their food, that's also a warning sign. And what you can do here naman is you must keep the patient upright palagi when they're eating, so you can decrease the risk of aspiration. Then you can also offer small but frequent meals, and also provide soft or thickened foods if advised by the doctor naman. So yung heart problems naman, since the patient is immobile, it can make the blood flow slower, and also the heart would tend to work harder. So an old person's heart would also function less efficiently in regards to pumping. So yung mga signs and symptoms nito is you could notice puffiness specifically in the hands, the eyelids, or the abdomen. The patient would also have something called pitting edema, where if you press down on the skin, it won't rise up or bounce anymore. And then the patient will have cool, pale, bluish hands or feet, and there would be sudden increase in body swelling in general or their overall weight. So what you can do is you can keep the patient in a semi-upright position. You will also observe the breathing, their skin color, and their swelling. If they have a lot of swelling or edema in the legs, you have to elevate the legs with pillow. Unless contraindicated naman or hindi sabi nito. Then you should also ensure that the environment is calm to reduce strain on the heart. And again, report immediately kasi edema is also a very dangerous sign for the elderly na bedridden. Tapos yung muscle wasting then, since a bedridden patient cannot move a lot, our body naturally starts to atrophy. Okay, our muscles will start to lose its mass if it's not used consistently, right? So since the patient also experiences a stroke and the left side of their body is not functioning properly, this can increase the stiffness and risk for contractures. So you need to be mindful of thinning in the arms and legs, hollow or bony appearance, especially on the shoulders or the thighs. And also if they have stiff joints, like if they're trying to move. So what you can do naman is you can perform what we call the passive range of motion. It should be slow and gentle movements, like you make cycling motions with the legs, but you assist them in doing so. And then you also support the limbs with pillows, make sure that they're not just hanging, and then you maintain adequate protein in meals if they're still allowed to have protein. Also report rapid muscle loss to the healthcare team. Tapos, ma'am, an important reminder that if you are in doubt and then you notice that there are a lot of health changes that the patient is experiencing, always call the doctor because sudden changes matter po.
Okay.
Do you have any questions po, ma'am?
Wala